Hi, this is Sue at Hometown to Homestead Gal Gardener. Today we are going to be canning some split pea soup with ham, and I have a new microphone that Mr. Gardener just bought me to see if that helps with making our videos a little better. Thanks, Mr. Gardener. So let's get on with the making of the soup. We're going to start by sorting and cleaning 2 pounds of split peas and cooking them with 2 cartons of vegetable stock. The peas have to be cooked for about an hour ahead of time before they get put in the jars with all the other goodies. I'm washing the peas just like I would as if I were washing rice. Just kind of moving them around in some water. I'll pour this off and put some more water on it until our water runs clearer. Getting a little foamy from the agitation. Yes, peas are a starchy vegetable. So I'm sure I'm washing starch off of them too. I've gone through and picked through them. It's two 1-pound packages. Just dry green split peas from Winco. And I went through and picked out any stones or rocks, which actually I didn't see any. My biggest thing right now is to make sure that I'm washing off any dust and dirt, and basically all I'm getting is a green tinge, probably starch. So we're going to drain that off mostly, and we're going to take our pan of green split peas. That is super green. Add 2 boxes, 32 ounces or 2 pounds of vegetable broth. I'm using fat-free here because I'm going to be adding in some ham later, which will add a fair bit of fat back into the soup. Just pouring them in. I'm going to bring this up to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer for 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how thick it's getting. There's certain legumes and peas and things like that that have to be cooked before you can them, which, much to my chagrin, because I don't like to have to cook something ahead of time if I don't want to do it if I don't have to. Anyway, but so we'll get these going. These are going to be canned up in pint jars, and there's going to be some other goodies that I'm going to add to this as we go. Let's see if I have, let's see what I have in here. I was hoping I had some Old Bay in here, but I do not. But that's okay. I'm going to add, probably making you dizzy, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder to this. We're going to have chopped up onions, chopped up celery, and chopped up carrots. And that's going to stay in the end result soup. So we're going to turn it on. Get it going nice and high. This is my big burner that I bought for canning. Just one big flat plate, which is great for the canners. It's nice and stable. And we'll be back after a bit. So while the peas were cooking down and getting nice and thick and mushy, I spent the time chopping carrots, chopping ham, chopping onions, and chopping celery. And I chopped more than what's going to be needed for this particular soup because I will use them in other soups too. So to start with, we're going to come over here to my filling station, my nice clean jars. I'm going to turn them over. Give them a good scrub. That one's got something in it still. That's okay, I got extras over there. And we're going to start with the old canning funnel. Now here's our cooked down peas. Give it a stir so you can see the consistency. They're pretty thick and soft and mushy. And that's the start of our split pea soup. So I'm just going to take and flump it into the jars. We'll start with 2 big spoonfuls per jar and see how much is going to fit in these jars. Because I'm not going to make another batch of this because only one person in the household basically eats this. And it's not me. This is actually my first time ever making split pea soup. My mom used to make it for her and my dad. But now that she's gone, I thought it would be nice to give him a treat. And instead of just cooking up a big old batch and having him eating it for all week long, I decided to make split pea soup and put it in jars so he can just have some when he wants it, not because there's a whole glut of it. I'm going to continue to fill these jars. My canner will only fit 9 wide mouth jars, but I have a combination of wide and regular mouth. So we'll see how many I can fit in the canner here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I've got 9 jars. That'll be good. Put a little bit more in each jar. Small scoops worth. I got at least 9 more small scoops worth. Not my idea of yum, but hopefully he will find it, so. Maybe I don't have nine jars worth of scoops left. Had a little bit of scorching on the bottom of the pan here. So I'm trying to be very careful not scrape all that up, because I'm not sure that that would taste real great. And maybe a little more. Trying to get it out of the funnel. Get down there. Make the jar dance. Okay. Put my funnel over there for it to rest. We'll put the pot in the sink to soak with a little water. And then the next thing we're going to add will be the ham. I chopped up 2 ham steaks, and we're going to just put a bunch in each of the jars. And kind of mush it down in there a little bit. I don't have anything else to use this ham in, so I'm going to do my best to use it all in here, but I still want to be able to put some of the veggies that I chopped up in there. Get that down in there. Jars sort of even. I was using ham steaks because I didn't have a ham hock or, leftover chunk off of a ham from a family meal or something. I still got a little ham left here. I don't think I'm going to get it all in the jars. It's always interesting trying to add in flavors that somebody's used to that you're really not used to making. Things that my mom always made before that I've never in my life made. Oh, good. I'm going to use the rest of this ham up. But it's not fair if there's something simple I can do for him, I want to do it. And then we're going to grab this big bowl of celery, which will also be added to some other soups. A little bit of celery in each one. Not a lot, just a little bit for some flavor. A little bit of flavor to go along with the peas and the meats. And if this is too thick, when the jar gets opened, then a little broth or water can just be added to it. But I think he likes it pretty thick, if memory serves me right. Probably could have put some peas in, then put goodies in, and then topped it with peas too. But we shall see how this comes out. I had done carrots, but I don't think I'm going to have room for carrots in here. If he wants carrots in it, maybe we can add those when it's heated up. Because heaven knows I got lots of jars of carrots. So we'll add a little more celery to some of these. Make sure they're packed down well. That one's got more room in it than the others. A little more. Okay. The rest of the big bowl of celery will be saved for the next soups. So I've got carrots and celeries and onions. And I'll put some onions in here. Not a lot because there's not a lot of room. It's good. Half a jar would probably be good if you're having a sandwich with it. A full jar would be good for a full meal for one person. These are pint jars. And no specific measurements. I do a lot of my cooking with no specific measurements. I'm sorry. And there we go. Okay, we're going to set the onions over to the side with the other cut up veggies. I got potatoes in there waiting to be peeled. Give my fingers a little rinse here. Alrighty. Now I'm going to add water to these jars and debubble them. The water will go up to the 1-inch rim. I'll debubble, place on my lids and rings, and get them going. And these are pints, so they will process for 75 minutes. These jars on the table are chicken and veggie soup and beef and veggie soup. They're waiting on their diced potatoes to finish soaking to get some of the starch out. There's carrots, onions, and celery in the bottom of each jar. A good handful of meat, chicken and beef, and then chicken bouillon and beef bouillon, and filled up 7 jars each because my canner will take 7 jars. The next batch waiting to go in the canner as soon as that's done. We're coming to the end of the split pea soup. This is Italian sausage soup. This is the carrots, onions, celery, some par-cooked Italian sausage. I used 2 pounds between these 7 jars, 2 cans of cannellini beans with the fava, and 2 cans of diced tomatoes in juice. Distributed those evenly between the 7 jars. Each one of these jars got a teaspoon of tomato bouillon, then filled up within 1-inch headspace, wiped the rims, flats on, rings on, fingertip tight, and they're waiting their turn for the canner. Well, that's a wrap for today. That is, I'm circulating through my jars in the canner. The pea soup has come out. The Italian sausage soup has gone in. The other 2 soups are in the wings waiting to be processed. As my canner processes them, the quarts will be processed for 90 minutes. Some nice, healthy, nutritious food for my family. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. This is Sue from Hometown to Homestead Gal Gardner.